He couldn't wait to finish a film before he started the next, 43 total, plus the 930-minute TV series. Refused to commit to any one lover, man or woman. Fucked his actors in Munich hotels and Morocco chateaus. Left a trail of broken hearts, one ex-wife, 4 wrecked Lamborghinis, 2 suicides. Popped pills to stay awake and pills to fall asleep. Coke, booze, you name it. Lit one cigarette off another. Ate the worst German foods, Braunschweiger and bratwurst, fried and fat. Had to get it all down, squeeze it all in and keep it up. Never enough time. The work was all that mattered. It was never enough. I'm saying out of breath at 2:47 a.m. to the woman I want to marry.
Here's the real deal about having one. He smells like a pickle after his nap. I don't know where it comes from, not the diaper or the bed sheets, but from somewhere around the face. Sweat behind the ears or in the neck crease. I sniff around, but it's mysterious.
And that just might be the way to write this story. To enter a forbidden area, so we may realize new perspective. And in patient time, let musings become thoughts, turn to words, and then meaning.
He focused on one particularly fat bird with a yellow and red breast and fired. Even though he'd fired it before, Connor's eyes still went wide with the violent power of the slingshot. The marble missed by a mile, and the hedge rustled slightly to the left of the bird. About a dozen birds took flight. The light grew better, and he waited patiently for the birds to return. He went through a hunter's quiet all morning, shooting, missing, waiting, repeating. After dozens of shots, maybe more, his arm tired, and he heard his pa coming awake. "Connor!" He stuffed the wrist rocket under the table and out of sight. He pinched the lid back on the painter's can and hustled downstairs. "Yeah, Pa!" His father stood in the kitchen in his underwear and a tank top. He was pale, sweating, and his gray streaked hair stood up from his head like he'd been shocked. He squinted at Connor. His eyes were puffy, bloodshot, and glassy. Dead. "You been taking money out of my wallet, boy?"
The farther we move from the exhibit that discloses regional history, the lighter breath feels in lungs. We inhabit space dry and free, devoid of agenda and longing. Instead, close eyes, submit to surge of water and canyon, red clay, skin dust. Eyelashes blonde in sunlight, we converge at vista. Although miles away, we must feel sublime magnetism until light catches switchback, revealing old highway below, green valley of junipers. Sight stretches for miles beyond machines that sway in nature's gardens so vast. We felt small against boulders and cacti until the engines call.
My sons bring me the bones, the plastic frame of a T-Rex plucked from the sandbox, where it hid during the fall, through the winter, the snow, waiting to ambush the early thaw. Daddy, Daddy, they jointly assert, it's the fish. Wilson the older lingers on the ish. Henry the younger slightly drops the F, snapping his ish out like a line over a wide river. But whose fish? Wilson hoists the bones to me, as if I were an old man with busted shutters and peeled paint on my house, and I might be. A wreck of reasoning fiddles with the plastic arcs of the ribs until it gives up and goes back to its spreadsheets, leaving us with the fish of Finn McCool. McCool's fish, I feel it now. Wilson puts his index finger in his mouth. Henry heaves his eyebrows up. The meat and skin plucked clean, the bones hot in my hand. So that was Kickoff Finn McCool.
An LED screen empty of lights. 8-bit stands in front of it. He closes his eyes and pretends that the bulbs flare into existence to spell out wistful thoughts. The world is flat today. We all hope that tomorrow it might be round again. The electricity surges. Bolts of radiance spark at his body. Unflinching, 8-bit takes in the pulses of shock. Each flash sends a message. Today, you are ugly. She's just not attracted to you. I'd rather not hang out with you today. He steps back, The scope broadens and he is once more aware of the grid. Someone just like him occupies every square created by the endlessly intersecting green lines. From afar, they are just dots on a chip. The LED screen has completed its task in square 341B, and so it leaves, rolling away to carry other messages to others like him.
There are a lot of half hearts in this. The next 20 seconds are okay to go through. Things could be okay, but the next evening or few evenings are boulders or rocks. Even doing things I enjoy, it's what will happen after them that's grueling. Maybe other people will be there, but no one cares. What I'm feeling is a non-existence of investment. I know what that means, that I should sow into others more, that I should invest into what they are doing. This helps, this is the only way. But it is such a long time or writing like this that it takes to get to the point of remembering that. It's not that the world feels heavy. I like the world. Well, whatever.
I was pretty proud of you. I was proud and also happy to see that you were still an artist, that you had not lost your gift for words, that you were still a poet and a storyteller, that in spite of everything you had put yourself through, you could still smile and laugh, still cry when you spoke about how much you loved your mom, no matter how hard she made it sometimes. It seemed to me, for the first time in all the years I'd known you, that maybe, just maybe, you were not headed for the abyss.